Alrighty guys, welcome back. We are working on the fireballs today, and as you guys can tell, we're already starting to run some stainless line right here. We got old Jesse in the shop with us today.
Yeah, man. Haircut and everything.
Oh,
Last
man,
time you saw me, I had wings coming up.
That's right, man. He's dadgum slick back now. Ladies, watch out now.
I'll see it.
That's right. But we're in here, we're working hard today. The goal for this video is I'm hoping we can get from here to the firewall. And I'll go in here and show you guys that section there. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to run that line all through here. We're going to come down right around in here somewheres, and then we're going to 90 down right there, and we're going to follow this main frame rail, okay, and then we're going to have one of the spray nozzles right in here, and then we're going to shoot it through the firewall. We're going to see how far we can get today's episode, and we're going to rock and roll, guys. Alrighty guys, before we get too heavy in this video, we need to talk about this tool. I went ahead and purchased the Jegs Pro Tubing flaring tool. This thing works really good. It comes in a very nice case. I'll open this up here for you guys.
Cadillac, man.
That's right, man. We look like we got some professional tools now.
So I know what I'm doing.
Very nice case. You can do several flares, okay? And this is a double flare right here. Let you guys check it out. See that? Yep. Very nice. This tool works really well. It works dang good on steel lines. And in today's video, we're going to be doing stainless lines. All right, let's talk about stainless for a minute. On stainless lines, what I've had to use in the past, and also from what I've been learning from several other chassis builders, is you got to do a single flare, okay? Hope the camera will clear out here so you guys can see it. All right, there you go. That's what's called a single flare. All right, if you try to do a double on this size of a stainless line, you're going to split it, or just your flaring tool won't be able to handle to do it. Okay, stainless is pretty tough. Now you're going to have to make you some test pieces and get the machine dialed in to where you want it, or you'll have splitting issues like this here. Okay, so I'm gonna walk you guys through the steps here how to make this dude work. Alrighty guys, we're gonna be working on putting ourselves a flare on here. Okay, alright, how this little machine works, okay, you got your little pucks. Alright, you got a couple different types of flares that it'll do. We're gonna be using this tapered flare, okay, and how far you need to stick the tubing up in there is about this far, like that, okay? And this tool has a two-step process that it uses to set the depth, meaning how far it pushes it in, and then you click it over to the next step, and then it puts the flare on it. So we'll get started here. We need to go ahead and put our little fitting on here. You cannot forget about that step, and then we'll go ahead and we'll flare this out. All right, stop it. Alrighty guys, we got our little fitting on here. You gotta make sure that you put both on. Alright, this is what comes in the kit. Again, we're not using anything special. Alright, now when you cut this tubing, you gotta be careful. Sometimes there's a pretty decent little burr in there. Alright, so you can take you a deburring tool and a drill. Alright, and we just want to clean it up just a little bit. A little bit more. Alright, that'd be good. We don't want to take too much off, because I found if you go too hardcore, you're going to cause splitting issues. Alright, so next thing, we want to load it up into the machine. Alright, get that little puck down in there. About to set this one in there. Alright, we just want to stick this tubing out just a little bit. Alright, pull this clamp over, push our safety pin in. Okay, and we're going to tighten this down just in a minute, but we need to set the depth first. Alright, so how they've got this machine set up, you got operation 1, operation 2. Okay, and on this stainless steel, I've found, put it over here on operation 1. Alright, and we're going to pull this handle. Get everything lined up here. Alright, okay. Alright, we're going to set the depth. Okay, the depth is now set. Alright, now we're going to go to operation 2. That's what's going to actually put the taper on here. So we need to go ahead and tighten this dude up. All right, tighten it up real good. Don't want it slipping. And they suggest to put a little bit of oil or a little bit of anti-seize just on the end there. All right, that'd be good. You just need something to help keep it from galding up there and helps protect the tool. All right, now we're gonna put this flare on here, okay? All right, about right there, and I'm gonna check it. This stainless, you gotta keep an eye on it now. It looks like everything's doing good. I'm gonna check it again. Yep, I think we're good. All right, let's pull this dude out and see what we got here. Yep, just like that, we got our flare done, guys, and we are looking in good shape. We'll bring up the little collet there. Yeah, man, we are looking good. Very nice stainless steel flare there. And if you guys have ever done any stainless flares there, I tell you what, this ain't no Harbor Freight tool. This is one really good machine. Highly suggest it. It'll do stainless steel and steel lines, and I'm very, very happy with it. Let's keep on rocking here. Alrighty, guys, another thing I want to talk to y'all about is straightening this stainless steel tubing up, okay? The same method will work for steel lines, okay, like for brake lines. And it's a pretty cool tool we're going to talk about. So, Jesse, kind of zoom on in here. This is an Industro tubing straightener, okay? And this thing works for 3 different sizes: 3/16, 1/4 inch, and 3/8 tubing. Okay, and how you change what size tubing it works for, you pull this deal apart. See it right there? You pull it apart and you twist it to this index mark of what size tubing you want to use, okay? So, we've already got this thing set up for 1/4 inch, and it's got a bunch of roller bearings in there. And what you do is, you feed this thing through, okay? And it's taking all the little dents out of it, and you gotta manipulate it too and start to straighten it up. So we're gonna start working this stuff and start getting it kind of straight there. You guys can already see we're starting to manipulate it and starting to get it to bend for us. And you get it close, and once you get it close, you know, you can cut your piece off and just keep working with it and keep straightening it up until you get it to where you like it. But we're gonna keep doing this here, and then I'm gonna show you guys how to cut this off here. So let me grab my cutter here. Once you get to the desired length, do not use a abrasive cutoff tool. That I do not suggest using that. You can, but it's a lot of extra and unneeded work. You can use these little pipe cutters right here. All right, you can buy these at Lowe's, Home Depot, Northern. I think even Harbor Freight carries these now. But it's a very, very simple tool. You put it on here, you tighten up this nut here, and you just keep running it over there, and you keep tightening it up. Alrighty, guys, something I wanted to show here in bending this tubing out. I know all these little chicken scratch here might just look like a bunch of gibberish, but there's actually some important information here. So I'm going to show you guys a simple one. Okay, here's a line that we need to make. All right, and we need to put a 45 bend on it. Okay, and this little mark here and this little mark here is actually a bender mark. Okay, and this is just how I do it. All right, so here's your bender. Okay, and that mark right there is this face right here. Okay, and I know if I set this tubing up in this bender right here, there's where that bender mark is. Okay, and this is really, really handy anytime you need to make like a bend right there, and let's say we want to go the other direction with it, we need to make us another bend. See, we can use that same bender mark, you know, to make it bend down and then bend back over again if we want that. So that's just a little tip and trick there, and that's how I pretty much bend out everything on the car. And I know this all looks weird, but these are all actual bends that I used on the car. And same thing over here on this piece right here. Need to cut it off here And we're gonna have bins back in here to get this all nice and clean. Okay guys, we just finished up with this section here. We got our little clamps on there, okay? And once the car is powder coated and everything, those Clecos will come out, okay? And we will put rivets in, okay? So it won't be bolted in, it'll just be riveted in and be very nice and clean, and all that'll look very nice. So right now we're just going to use Clecos so we can take it in and out and work on stuff. So we're inside of the car now, and we have ourselves a little bulkhead right there, okay? So now we need to run down the frame, all right, and then go on up here to the firewall, okay? So I'm gonna take you guys over here, and currently I know I've got a mess right now, so you guys have to excuse me, but right now I'm working on that piece you guys can see, and this will take us to the firewall. What I'm doing right now is just straightening it out. Again, this is the tool that I'm using. I'm just running it along through here. On short pieces, this works really good for. It's really quick, but when it comes to a long piece like this, you have to start clamping it down in areas once you get it straight, and then straighten another section, clamping it down, and then straighten another section out, and then it gets it kind of decent. They do make more expensive tools than this right here. I think this one was like 40 or 50 bucks, but they do make them. That's around 250. It's got little rollers. I'll show a little picture of that in the video, and they do work way better than what this does, okay? But this, for the money, it gets you in the ballpark, and you can still make some pretty nice lines, okay? But we're gonna keep on working here, and we'll keep on making stuff happen. All right, guys, starting to run this thing in here. We've got the laser line, trying to get our stuff lined up here, and little things work pretty good right there. And just working on getting this hose put in here, or well, hard line I should say, but got some more cleaning up to do right around in this area here, and then we'll be rocking and rolling, guys. But we are to the firewall now. Check it out. There's our nozzle at our feet right there, and give you guys a better view of that bulkhead connector right there. That thing looks nice, guys. Really, really nice. Oh yeah. Okay guys, so we're right here at the firewall. We got our bulkhead put in right here, okay? And then right now I'm working on the hard line to go to the fuel cell. It's gonna be mounted on the front of the car, and you guys can kind of see how all this is lining up right here. Now, the problem is, as you guys can tell, the motor is in the car. So we are pretty much coming to a close of how much I can do right now. So what we're going to do is, you guys can kind of see this hard line. Hope you guys can see it. Let's see here. Yeah, we stopped right here. All right, so I'm going to show you all what all we're going to do once we pull the motor out. Now you guys won't get to see that in this video, but at least you'll be able to understand what's going on, okay? So we need to put some of these little nozzles up here. I've got another one on order, all right? I'm just wanting to put an extra one up here. So what I'm gonna do is, we've got our dry sump, oil pump, and we got our fuel pump over here on this side of the motor, okay? So what I'm wanting to do is basically have a nozzle sticking up over here and a nozzle sticking up over here to spray both on the oil pump and on the fuel pump, okay? And that way there's nozzles on both sides of the motor, because we're gonna have an oil tank over here, we're gonna have some fuel over here, the oil pump and the fuel pump, and when we're in race mode there'll be a fuel cell up here too. So there's a lot of flammable stuff, and I think it needs to have 2 nozzles up here as well, and we'll be in good shape. But that's pretty much wrapping it up for this video. We're rocking and rolling, guys. We're doing really good. Fire system is pretty much installed, and we're gonna keep on rocking here. Alrighty guys, we just finished up the install of the Fireball system. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I know I have. You know, we're making big steps with the car right now, or I feel like it is. It's been fun getting to work on this thing, especially since I haven't really got to do many videos on it for a long time now, and we're getting to kind of go full send here with it. But we're one step closer. We got the fire system on it. Yes, we do still need to pull the engine out and finish the last little bit up underneath the motor and stuff, but that's super exciting. I mean, it really is. So right before we start the car up, I know the engine's got to come out anyways. We got a couple of things that we need to do to it before we start it up, so that's going to be a perfect opportunity to finish up that portion of it right there. So we're making big headway here. We really are. What all is coming up? We still got several little things we need to do. We're getting ready to get the car back up on the lift, and we need to do some measuring for the drive shaft. Okay, so it's getting time to do that. And then once we got our drive shaft built, we need to put in our drive shaft loops, and that will be the removable kit that we're going to put in there. So that'll be a really fun episode to do right there. And there's another big step done. Once we get that portion right there done, we can actually put the car in park, and we won't have to use a cinder block or like a piece of wood or something to scotch it up. So that's going to be like a cool little moment right there. So that'd be fun. Once that section there is done with the drive shaft and stuff in it, we're going to be pretty much putting fuel lines on it and hooking the fuel pump up to it and all that stuff. I've been kind of doing some of that in the background anyways, and I haven't been filming any of that just because it's just kind of some of the tedious, very detailed work. It's really boring, to be honest with you, on film, but that is going on in the background, and guys, we're getting there. Things that we've got on order that's coming. I just got good news from Tim McCamus. Our front fuel cell for when we're in race mode should be shipping out this week. So that should be coming to us here very soon. We'll have some episodes on that as well coming up. We will be plumbing all that in. When we start the engine up, we probably will be starting it up on the race fuel cell just to make sure everything is set up correctly 100%, so we're not fighting fueling problems, or if there's an issue, or if I've miscalculated anything with the pickup tank here as well. Okay, so that's what we're going to start it up with, is on the race setup. So we got that going on. We do need to mount the batteries and stuff, but yeah, guys, we're in full send. We're working as hard as we can. Another thing that is coming that you guys need to be prepared for, if you would like to buy t-shirts, okay, we're going to have pre-orders set up now. Okay, if you'd like to pre-order a Freedom t-shirt, that is available now. Make sure you go and do that. That helps me out a ton on letting our shirt guys know, hey, we need to bump the order up if I need to get more shirts are coming. So definitely be getting those pre-orders in. That helps us out a ton. If you are still wanting to get your company logo on the shirts, or if you're wanting to sponsor us in any way, be sure and let me know. Send me a message on Facebook or send me a message on email. I'll list that down in the video description, and also on Facebook as well. You know, holler at me, we'll work something out. Once we go through this batch of shirts, we'll do us another batch of shirts with a little bit different of design, and we'll make sure we get your logo put on those shirts. Okay, so let's keep on rocking, guys. Teamwork makes the dreams work, and we're going to keep on rocking and rolling. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. We do a lot of live feeds on there, and we're going to keep on rocking. See y'all.